Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Matt Rife. Now, if you were like me, I had actually never heard of this human being before in my life, and frankly, I kind of believe I was better off for it. But anyway, we're gonna talk about who this individual is, why any of this matters. So if you have no idea what's going on, join the club, but also we'll talk about it. So unfortunately, the article I read to introduce me to Matt Rife, because there's a controversy going on, so I was trying to figure out like who the fuck even is this person. That was via Cosmopolitan, which should already tell you how bad this situation is if I'm referring to Cosmopolitan. Matt Rife's Netflix comedy special Controversy Explained, the comedian came under fire for misogynistic jokes. If you're on TikTok, you've probably come across comedian Matt Rife on your For You page, but now he's facing controversy for his new Netflix comedy special. Matt Rife, Natural Selection, dropped on the streaming platform on the 15th of November, and while some fans loved the show, many weren't too pleased with a joke about domestic violence against women made in the first few minutes. So here is everything you need to know about the controversy surrounding Matt Rife's new Netflix comedy special. Who is Matt Rife? Matt Rife, 28, is an actor and comedian from Ohio. He previously starred on the game show Wild 'N Out, where he appeared alongside Nick Cannon, Zendaya, and more, plus he had a guest role on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I racked my brain to figure out which episode it was, and I can't remember, and I couldn't be bothered to look it up because it's irrelevant in this context. He's best known for viral clips from his stand-up gigs, which mainly consist of him joking with the audience, and he has more than 25 million followers on TikTok and Instagram combined. Now, I'm gonna input a couple clips of Matt Rife's comedy just to have an idea, because I think, at least for me, when I think of comedian, I think of laughter. I think that's a common thing. Yeah, when you see these clips, just brace yourself for just like booming laughter that you're never going to recover from. Truly just warn your roommates, warn your neighbors, because the laughter you're going to laugh, oh my God. It's, yeah.
You can talk your shit to me online as much as you want. Say whatever mean, hurtful things you want to say to try to hurt my feelings, but just know, I'm gonna fuck you up verbally.
Do you have a fucking dog in here? Why? It's a medical service dog. It is 4 inches long. You don't see me out here talking about I have an emotional support dick. You don't see me doing that to people. If I sneeze, that dog will die from here. What's the term? You just beat cancer and they gave you a dog? No way. What kind of cancer was it?
Metastatic breast cancer, and then I had 2 heart attacks.
Breast cancer? You still got them? You got new ones? What? Let's see them puppies. You got an emotional support dog right here. So stupid. That's so stupid, dude. Why do you have it dressed like a fucking Build-A-Bear, dude?
She's a medical service dog.
Medical service dog. So what would this dog do if you had a medical emergency besides get swooped up by an owl? You're gonna use it as one of those fucking stress balls. I know you guys in the top can't see it, but we're down here, we can also barely see it, just so you know. You're not missing anything. Okay.
Can I hold her?
Can I hold her for real? Oh my goodness. Don't crush it. You're too fucking strong for this dog, dude. It's eating me! Oh! What if you have a heart attack right now? And I'm just like, I'm dying. I know, she's so cute. OMG, I'm dead. All right, I'm gonna give her back.
You're okay, sweetie. You're okay. You're okay.
Yo.
Why did Matt Rife's Netflix special cause controversy? At the beginning of Matt Rife Natural Selection, he tells a story about being served in a restaurant by a woman who has a black eye, to which he joked, "Yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye. Just testing the waters, seeing if y'all are gonna be fun or not," he continued. "I figured we'd start the show with domestic violence. The rest of the show should be pretty smooth sailing."
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is what you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye. So, testing the waters, seeing if y'all are gonna be fun or not. Just wanted to see. I figured we start the show with domestic violence. The rest of the show should be pretty smooth sailing after that.
I don't know how popular this opinion's going to be, but first of all, I don't feel like I'm equipped to speak on domestic violence because I know nothing about it in the sense of I've not experienced it, I've not gone through it. So, to say if it's offensive or not is really not my place. Because again, I'm not the party being offended, right? If he made a joke about depressed people being a depressed ass bitch, then I could chime in. But in this particular case, I don't really feel equipped to be saying, yes, this is offensive. No, it's not offensive. It's really, I'm so outside of it that it seems ridiculous for me to really weigh in on that. Also because I don't have a very big opinion. My opinion as an outsider who hasn't experienced the thing that he's making fun of is, first of all, I will say this, not once in my life have I heard a domestic violence joke that I thought was funny. It's the same thing as with rape jokes or most violence jokes. I can't remember any time I really laughed at anything like that, mainly because I find that most of the people who make those types of jokes are trying a little too hard to be edgy and not trying hard enough to be funny. So maybe worry about being funny instead of, pushing the boundaries, but that's just me. I do have some edgy comedians that I like that do make politically incorrect jokes, sure, but they're funny about it. So it's a completely different ballgame. What has Matt Rife said about the Netflix special controversy? So shit gets worse, by the way. Matt took to his Instagram story on the 20th of November to respond to the backlash, where he issued a mock apology. "If you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology," he wrote alongside a link that said, "Tap to solve the issue." When tapped, the link brought followers to a health website where they could purchase special needs helmets, which just upset people further, with some accusing him of ableism. Again, I don't think it's funny. Like his joke at the very best, in my opinion, putting aside the offensive, not offensive question, it's lazy. It's lazy because it's not funny, and it's also borderline just an anecdote in the sense of, okay, yeah, we don't know if it happened, but even if it did happen, you're just telling a little story. It would be like me being like, hey, you know what? I went to the supermarket and I bought a tomato there. Like, okay, where is the comedy? You just said a thing you did. And in this particular case, I also think that people are bothered because it sounds like an anecdote, it sounds like a real thing. Like, obviously we don't know if this waitress really exists or if she's just the setup for this joke. People were also thinking, okay, if this waitress does exist, it's fucked up that you're using her for material for your show when she's probably going through something serious, whether it's domestic violence or whether she got attacked on the street, however else she got the black eye. This person's probably going through something and you see them and you decide, you know what, this is content. That's where a lot of people are cutting from what I gathered in the comment sections and so forth. So anyway, the helmet thing pissed people off even more. But again, that, in my opinion, is him leaning into being edgy. And that's the problem with a lot of edgy comedians, is that being edgy becomes their entire brand. And again, like I said, they lean into being edgy so much that they forget that to begin with, you're supposed to be a fucking comedian. I'm supposed to be laughing over here. So like you trying to say how you're not like the other comedians and you're not like the other boys, the farther they lean into being edgy often, the farther they lean away from trying to be funny because the focus has shifted. Does that make sense? Then, this is where shit gets funny for me personally. Matt Rife is not happy with the plastic surgeon who joked about him getting jaw surgery on TikTok. So this is the TikTok at hand. I love how this article frames all of this. Disgraced TikTok sensation and stand-up comedian Matt Rife has hit back at the doctor whose video resulted in a rumor that he had his jaw spruced up with plastic surgery. It all started when plastic surgeon Dr. Benjamin Coughlin posted a video of himself frolicking around his clinic with the caption, "Me after creating the greatest jawline ever seen, just for my patient to get canceled right after." The video, which has since racked up more than 17 million views in the 2 days since it was uploaded, was accompanied by the hashtags canceled comedian and stand-up. The video came 2 weeks after Matt Rife released his Netflix special, blah blah blah. Paired with the hashtags, it didn't take long for fans to put 2 and 2 together and decide the video was about Rife. "Matt Rife has left the chat," one person wrote. "This is genius because everyone is going to decide it's Matt Rife even if it isn't, and Doc legally can't confirm or deny," another claimed. The video also went live on Instagram, which is where Rife came across it and actually responded to it. "Lying about medical history is illegal, just FYI," he commented on the reel. However, this attempt at hitting back backfired. Instead of appearing snarky, Rife's haters decided this was proof that the comedian was simply unfunny. Well, I mean, that's just facts, but okay. "Matt Rife having his bio as stop taking the internet so seriously and then crying about this is so funny," one person commented. "It's always the comedians who can't take a joke," wrote another. Some offered him special needs helmets, a reference to Rife's fake apology earlier this month. On November 20th, Rife took to his Instagram stories to comment on the backlash to his misogynistic, fatphobic, and ableist jokes. "If you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my apology," he wrote. But instead to linking the apology, there was the helmets, as we well know. Did Matt Rife get plastic surgery to sharpen his jaw? It seems the plastic surgery rumors are indeed a sore spot for Rife. The rumors began when fans compared photos of Rife when he was 19 to photos of him in his early and mid-20s. In the photos, it can be seen that his jaw, once adored by fans, has become wider and sharper over the years. Rife attributes to late puberty and a bit of a glow up, but TikTok conspiracy theorists believe otherwise. In an interview in June with Tana Mojo for her podcast Cancelled, Rife aired his frustrations about the plastic surgery rumors, which he's repeatedly denied over the years. Rife said he had not a single fucking thing done to alter his face. "I just kept getting older, I guess. It's so funny," he said. "The only thing I've had done is my teeth. I got veneers, obviously, because my teeth were fucked when I was a kid." He also hit out at plastic surgeons online who theorized he had work done. "I've had people who claim to be plastic surgeons that'll be like, 'He's had this,' and I'm like, cool, you're not only lying, but you're wrong at your job," he said. "People's number one online insult is, well, at least I don't have plastic surgery. Cool, neither do I." I think the number one insult Matt Rife actually gets is that he's unfunny and leans on tired, cruel stereotypes to carry the phrases which he believes are jokes, but that's just me. All of this is interesting how it spiraled to the point to like plastic surgery allegations, which is so ridiculous in the context of the conversation, as in we started the conversation talking about something actually serious like domestic violence, and it turned into something completely, whatever. Like, at least for me, whether a celebrity has had surgery or not does not affect me at all. I don't like when people lie about it because I do think that's fucked up, and with the beauty standards that are already questionable at best, I don't think it's helpful. But, that's not a make or break for me, but I do question people's ethics when they lie about things like that. But it is funny, ironically, that it went from such a serious topic to something so superficial and unimportant in the grander scheme of things. I kind of wonder how much Matt Rife is actually affected by all this, which is something, I'll never have the answer to, and I doubt he's ever going to say it, because if you are effectively banking on being an edgelord, you're not ever going to say that something hurt your feelings, right? By definition, being edgy means that nothing hurts your feelings and everything's funny. So yikes, I guess. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Honestly, I just think that this shit maybe used to fly, but the more time goes on, the more we've seen people canceled over actually stupid shit, right? So it's just like the more time goes on, the more I feel like the people who kind of rely on this business model of just being edgy don't realize how much the times have changed. And maybe because it's mainstream now, I saw this as a theory on TikTok, maybe because it's mainstream now, Matt Rife isn't used to that type of attention, because maybe before it was just like his fans and people who liked him, but now that it's mainstream, it's like most of this shit doesn't work in the mainstream. And that goes for a lot of edgy comedy, even edgy comedy that I think is funny that is not actually, you know, offensive towards survivors of domestic abuse. Even that type of comedy doesn't necessarily work all that well in the mainstream. So depending on how far you go, it just doesn't work. Anyway, you guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons as always, and I'll catch you guys next time.